No one at Blackwood Enterprises knew that the billionaire CEO's assistant, Isla Munro, wasn't just his assistant. She was his wife, a secret marriage, a quiet woman, and a man who wouldn't realize what he had until someone else wanted. Her too. Adrian Blackwood was a man of logic, stoic, unapologetically ambitious. He had no room for love, especially not when his inheritance depended on one thing: getting married. He turned to the only person he trusted, not to betray him, his assistant, Isla Munro, smart, professional, emotionally detached, or so he thought. "Marry me," he said bluntly in his office, not even looking up from his laptop. "Excuse me?" Isla asked. "It's a business arrangement. In exchange, you'll be financially set for life. We'll keep it quiet." She hesitated, but agreed. Her mother was sick. Her bills were piling up, and somewhere, deep down, she believed maybe he would see her one day. But he never did. They lived in the same building, but not the same life. Adrian had a master suite. Isla had a guest room. They never touched, barely spoke outside of work. In meetings, she was Miss Munro. At events, he had dates on his arm. At home, he didn't even notice when she started sleeping at her mother's, more than the penthouse. Isla faded into routine. One day she placed his coffee on the desk, like always. "Thanks," he said without looking. She smiled faintly, but he never saw it. It started with a single red rose, then a bouquet, then a handwritten note from Declan Ray, a rising investor in the tech world who had been watching Isla for months. "I deserve to be noticed." Isla laughed at first. It was harmless. She was technically married, even if it felt like she wasn't. Then, Declan showed up at Blackwood's charity gala. "You look lonely," he told her. "Let me change that." Adrian saw them dancing. Isla was laughing, really laughing, and, for the first time in 5 years, something inside him flinched. Adrian tried to ignore it, but things felt different now. He noticed Isla's absence when she took a day off. He noticed how she looked in that deep emerald dress, something she'd worn before, yet he never cared to see. He noticed the way Declan kept showing up, sending her gifts, inviting her to conferences, complimenting her ideas. At home, Isla came in late, confident, quiet. She didn't cook anymore, didn't wait up. Adrian stared at the untouched wine glass across the table, and for the first time, he felt the weight of being alone. Declan respected boundaries. He didn't try to push, but he paid attention. He remembered Isla's favorite artist, her love for historical novels, the way she always paused before speaking, thinking carefully. "I could fall for you, you know," he said one day, and for the first time, Isla didn't say no. Adrian snapped one day. "Are you dating him?" he asked in the office, tone colder than steel. Isla looked him in the eye. "What I do with my time is none of your concern. You're my wife. You made me your assistant." Silence. He had no answer for that. One night, Isla didn't come home. The next day, she handed him a manila envelope in the office. Inside, divorce papers. Adrian's throat tightened. "Why now?" he asked. "Because I'm tired of waiting to matter to someone who never planned to see me." Adrian didn't go to work for 2 days. He stayed in the penthouse, surrounded by memories he didn't know were memories. Little signs of Isla everywhere. Books she left open, a cardigan draped over the couch, the faint scent of her perfume. He remembered her smile, her silence, the time she tried to speak, and he brushed her off. He realized too late that he hadn't married a stranger. He had ignored the best thing that had ever happened to him, and now she was walking away. At Isla's apartment, Declan was helping fix a lamp when Adrian knocked. He looked tired, Not in his suit, not polished, just human. "I need to talk to you," he said. "I think you've said enough over the years." Isla replied, "I didn't know how to love anyone," Adrian confessed, "but I want to learn, with you, if I'm not too late." Declan stepped back. He knew this wasn't his battle. Isla stood between two men, one who noticed her from the beginning, and one who saw her too late, but saw her deeply now. She took a month off. No calls, no decisions, just space. And in that time, she painted, traveled, and rediscovered her joy. Until one rainy night, she came back to the penthouse, knocked. Adrian opened the door. No words, just her standing there, soaked and glowing. "I never wanted to be your assistant," she said. "I never wanted anyone else," he whispered, and he kissed her for the first time. Not as a contract, but as a man who had finally learned how. Months later, Adrian and Isla renewed their vows, publicly this time. No more secrets, no more silence. She wasn't just his assistant, she was his partner, his equal, his wife, and every morning he brought her coffee, just the way she liked it.